Hi, YouTube family. It's Daughter of the Most High. I hope you're having a wonderful week so far. As I've shared before, I live in the Midwest, the upper Midwest, and it has been so cold, so cold. And I'm up at night, so I'm always on the colder side of for me, it's late night. For other people, it's early morning, but so it's just bitter cold. And my cars sit outside, so I have to start my cars 2 times a day, usually when I get up, and then when I come home at night. My son helps me with that too, getting things moving and warmed up a little bit because they do sit outside. We have been below zero for a couple of weeks, and today we were actually above zero, and it felt like we were in the 20s. So in this coming weekend, it's actually going to get like close to 30, like upper 20s, that sort of thing. So I can't wait because I haven't walked my dogs the past 2 weekends, and that's hard for me and for them because we really look forward to our walks, our exercise, getting the sunshine, that kind of thing. So yeah, looking forward to that this coming weekend. So on this particular video, I want to share what is called Satan Performs at the Super Bowl. And I don't think that's a big surprise to anyone, but somebody posted it in one of my groups, and I'm watching it right now, and I just thought, oh, I want to share this. I haven't seen the whole thing yet, but I wanted to share it on my channel. This is by Goodfightministries, and it's an hour and 17, almost 18 minutes long, so it's a little bit lengthy, but it's really good. And it's no surprise. We all know that, the Super Bowl is, the most watched, like ads. They try to get, companies try to grab a spot, and they're super expensive because everybody, or, not everybody, but a lot of people watch the Super Bowl. So it's people try to, create interesting ads and all that kind of stuff to grab a spot, and they're very expensive. Well, there's also the Super Bowl entertainment, the halftime show, and we know that in the past years, as these gentlemen that are on the video talk about that, since I believe it, they said 2012, um, that was really kind of the turn of the Super Bowl halftime show, and it's like we just saw a shift, but we see a shift in so many things right now, and in the past, 8, 9 years, that we just see the enemy just moving into so many, like, how, I don't know if you've seen this like on Facebook or, wherever, maybe Instagram, but Satan doesn't even hide anymore. Have you seen those memes that Satan doesn't even have to hide anymore? He is like front and center, and people still don't see it. The enemy, the word tells us that the enemy has blinded the minds of unbelievers, and so they're not able to see the truth. And boy, is that the case. And that's why each of us has to pray for the unbelievers and weak believers in our families and in our circles. As I've shared, we all have, God places believers in like each family, and the believers are supposed to pray for the unbelievers and their family and extended family and friends. Whoever your circle of people is, that's the people that you want to pray for and minister to and share the gospel with. Those are your people. That's your crew. That's your ministry. Well, one of your ministries, because some of us minister in other ways too, but that's your main ministry, is your circle of people. So we just want them to get to have their eyes and ears opened. And that was part of the prayer that, I don't remember her name. I watched so many channels, and now I've been watching like van life and car life and all that kind of stuff. So I sometimes forget the name of certain channels, but I just still don't know how to say it, but it's like Yeshua, only a version of that, lover of my soul. And she shared in her prayer that God had shared some specifics that we're supposed to pray over the people in our lives, and that of course, their eyes and their ears would be opened, not veiled, so that they could actually see God. And that's part of our prayer. And so I have been praying that over my circle of people since then. So if you're not doing that, go back to that video. I've been sharing about one video a week, so it was probably about 3 weeks ago now. Um, Sometimes I make like 2 or 3 videos in a week, and sometimes like a week or 2 will pass. And I just make videos when I feel like God puts it on my heart to do it. So you want to look for that if you really want like some kind of like little hints about what to pray for the lost people in your life. And then also the weak believers, the ones that need to grow up into God. They're born again, but they haven't grown since that, initial like stage, or maybe just a few steps. So, but back to this video that Goodfightministries created called Satan Performs at the Super Bowl. And they just break down the performances in the last like 9 years. And it's very interesting, and I can't wait to watch the rest of it. It is getting late here, and so I've got to do a few things and then try to wind down. Because I'm a night owl, I'm backwards from most people. I start my day slow, and then I stay too busy sometimes towards the end of the day, and then I have a hard time laying down and getting to sleep. I need to, like on purpose, um, settle down, kind of wind down, that kind of thing. Or I'll end up staying up till, 5 in the morning. I do. I know I'm strange. I'm backwards, but this has been my life, and I've gotten later in the last probably 3 years. So it's like I used to always go to bed like about like 2:30 or 3. I was kind of 3 a.m. to 11 a.m. sleeper, and now I'm like a little bit later than that. So I'm trying to pull it back, but I'm just, oh man, it's a challenge. So look for this link in the description box. If I can just share a little snippet about van life. Yesterday, I was watching a video, and this woman, and she said that she was, giving a tour of her van, which many of them do at least a time or two along with their adventures on their channels. But a lot of people that are in van life and car life, like car living and van living, are not necessarily believers. A handful of them are, but some people just need a cheaper, more affordable way to live. Some people want to travel, so they need a cheaper, more affordable way to live. So, but there was the woman on the video, and then someone that actually commented yesterday on a video I watched, that she said, "This is my bug out vehicle." And then one of her comments said that they were planning to create, a van or vehicle also as a bug out vehicle. Do you know what bug out means? Bug out means that we need to bolt, we need to go get on the road and get out of Dodge, get out of town. Yeah, because we're being attacked, we're being bombed, we're being, whatever's going on. And that's a way to go off grid quick, is in your vehicle. And so I was kind of surprised that very few people of the channels I had looked at didn't mention anything Christian and anything about bug out. And whoops, that's the video coming on. That, yesterday, that there was a couple of people, so they're aware of the times. The majority of people, and there is more than I ever thought, that actually just choose this as an alternative lifestyle choice for affordability and flexibility in their day and in their finances. And that part's really cool. But I did think there would be more Christians that were actually moving in that direction, and there's not very many. So probably, I want to pause it. Hang on, because they're showing Beyonc now, and the demonic part of her halftime show, whatever year it was, I don't know. And well, there's a whole lot there, but you'll hear it when you watch the video. I don't know if, well, I am going to say a little bit. Have you heard that Beyonce talks about presence, Sasha, I think she named it Sasha, that takes over and actually, um, you know, uh, what's the word? Like possesses her and then like creates some of the movements and maybe even some of the sound, her singing. Not that Beyonce can't sing, she can, but um, that I think it's Sasha. And they actually talk about that at the beginning of this. They show just little clips of some of what they're moving into in the full video. And but I had heard that years ago because I had looked up that information years ago, and I knew that it's actually Beyonce, and then it was somebody else that names. I see I'm kind of out of the loop because it seems like as I'm growing in the things of the Lord and we're moving into the end time events, I have so little like contact, not in my work, but in my personal life with what's going on in the world and singers and all that kind of stuff. And so I've kind of like even forgotten just because I don't watch anything, I don't listen to anything. Um, Hang on one second. Let me see if I can think of it. Okay, I did a little bit of searching and I looked up young female black rappers, and it's actually Nicki Minaj. And I forgot about, or forgot which one it was. And Nicki Minaj talks about in various YouTube videos, she actually mentions it, admits to it, that she is possessed, and she calls the demonic presence. I'm not sure that she understands that it's demonic, but she calls it Raven. She's named it just like Beyonce named hers, I believe, Sasha. Again, I'm out of the loop. These are not my people, not my music, not my thing. So sometimes I hear things and then I like forget the specifics because we all hear information like all the time. And so then it's sometimes harder to remember who, what, and who said what. But yeah, Nicki Minaj is possessed by Raven if you look that up on YouTube. And it, to me, it is just so incredibly sad that people can talk about these things and then like Marina Abramovich's spirit dinners, there's pictures on YouTube about that. There's so much information out there that part of me is just so shocked that people don't understand. When you see how many people that are in the darkness and embracing the darkness and all that kind of stuff, that makes the opposite true. When there's so many things pointing towards the darkness, it tells you that the things of God are true. Now, we know that as believers, but what I'm saying, if unbelievers, it's like there would not just be darkness. There would not just be this information and this, so many people moving in that direction if they weren't actually going against something else. That's like the other half of the equation. And so I feel like the fact that, Satan doesn't even hide anymore, all it to me is points to God. That's how we see it as believers. It just points and directs to God. The only thing is there's so many people that are lost in the darkness, and it just breaks my heart. And I don't know if you feel like I do, but I know that hell is real. And I've read just about every book there is on hell and heaven. And so I really feel like I have a revelation about heaven and hell. Now, heaven's wonderful. Hell is eternal torment. And so when I think of these people lost, now some people knowingly are getting involved in the occult practices, but they don't know that Satan's tricking them. The joke's on them. They think they're going down for a big party in hell after they die. Like he's on their side. He's their savior. He's their Lord. And then he's going to laugh in their face as soon as they die. The truth is going to come out. You've been tricked your whole earth life, and you followed me, and I hate your guts too. I don't just hate Christians. I hate everybody, because Satan has nothing but hate. But they're actually thinking that he hates Christians because they're opposed to him. He hates all of them. He hates white witches, black witches, occult, satanic Illuminati, Freemason. He hates everybody because that's all he is. A murderer, a liar, and a thief. So the joke's on them. The only thing is these are all God's children that have strayed from the family of God. Not that some of them were ever in the family of God. They're not all Katy Perry's, but that they are his children. I mean, we are all made in the image of God, but they have followed after the ways of the enemy. Oh, it hurts my heart. And it hurts my heart because I know where they're headed. And it hurts my heart because I know it hurts God's heart. And so when Judgment Day comes and they have chosen the wrong path, now you can purposely, follow Satan and end up in hell, or you can be just someone that doesn't get anything and end up in hell. You don't have to be a follower of Satan. You are a follower by default. There's a verse that actually talks about that if you don't serve God, Satan is your father anyway. Even if you're one of the, not sinless, but basically good, love your family, do a good job at work, you're good to people, but you've never had any time for God, you're going to end up in hell too, because your sins are not forgiven, whether you've got 200 or 200,000. If you, some people are better than other people, but we are all sinners and have all fallen short of the glory of God. And that's just how it is. So I am going off on a tangent. This stuff just opens up so much for me, because the fact that we are in a war for souls is like it's just something that I'm aware of every single day of my life. And there's Christians that almost never think about eternity. And I'm a Christian that thinks about eternity every single day of my life. There is never a day in my life that I don't think about eternity for myself, my kids, my family, others, coworkers, everybody. Or when I'm watching celebrities do their craziness and their satanic stuff, and I think the enemy tricked you and you're going to end up in hell, I think about it every day. It's just something that lives large in me. So I get very passionate about this subject because this is going to be a short video. I'm already at 17 and a half minutes, but I'm going to let you go and look for the video in the description box, the link rather, in the description. Oh, now I lost it. Dang. I lost my video link, but I'll get it back and I will put it in the description box for you. And you have a good rest of the week. All right. Thanks, family of God.